with lots of time. What a throw! Robin one for the end zone. Touchdown, LSU.
Going deep near the end zone, it's caught, and a touchdown! She was looking to throw.
Looking right, throwing right, into the end zone, caught for the touchdown!
Got it to him. Touchdown, Mechie.
And a big breakaway.
Just downfield. Diving catch. Touchdown. Are you kidding me? What a play.
With lots of time. What a throw! Robin one for the end zone. Touchdown, LSU.
Going deep near the end zone, it's caught, and a touchdown!
of time. What a throw. Robin one for the end zone. Touchdown LSU.
Catch him with a timer, score!
LSU looks unstoppable.
Going deep near the end zone. It's caught and a touchdown.
Two is looking to throw.
Looking right, throwing right. Into the end zone. Caught for the touchdown.
Open at the 30. The slide. He got it to him. Touchdown, Mechie.
And a big breakaway.
Is downfield. Diving catch. Touchdown. Are you kidding me? What a play.
Nice with lots of time. What a throw. Robin one for the end zone. Touchdown LSU.
They won't catch him with a timer, score!
And we should be good to go. Welcome to Season 5 Playoffs Round Number 1, Michigan versus Kentucky, number 5 versus number 12, joined by my co-host, Mr. Twist, the number 3 seed, right?
I believe that's correct. Yes, 3 seed. And yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. It should be a pretty good game. I'm expecting it to go probably down to the wire. MT is playing really good ball. He just beat you in the conference championship. Kentucky squeaks in at that number 12 spot with a 4-4 record. Deservingly so. He played a really good season. They had a tough conference. So hopefully this will be a pretty good game.
Yeah, this should be a really, really good game. We were talking about it just before we kicked off here, and these two guys have proven to be dangerous on both sides of the ball in this league. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, two very, very dangerous offenses squaring off here in this one. We got face cams live on both coaches, so you'll be able to see pretty much in real time. I think there's some slight little lag issues, but nothing too bad. You can see their beautiful faces as we kick off in the big house.
Feel that playoff energy, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. We just got finished with the selection show. We're going right into this game. We may have the 7 versus 10 matchup in East Lansing after this. So it should be a pretty fun time tonight. But Kentucky's going to get the ball start. Will Levis joined by Rodriguez in the backfield. MT's going with looks like a 3-4 look. Levis going to throw out to the flats, find Chauncey Magwood, pick up 5 yards, going to be 2nd and 5.
Going hurry up here. It'll be interesting if that's the game plan for the whole time or if that's just going to be the first drive.
Well, we know
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I had to see how that play ended. We know Mason is a big fan of scoring a lot of points, putting up a lot of yards, so I'd expect him to go hurry up, probably on positive plays and first downs. If it gets to from a 2nd and 9 to a 3rd and 2 situation or something, he wants to swap, maybe go back to the huddle. But I think if he picks up a first down here, I'd expect to see the no huddle right back. I think we had just a simple stick concept there, and now comes the scramble drill. Ball is dropped by
Was it a deserved drop? We will never know.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. And I don't know if he's in range to go for this. No, he's not. So he does have to punt.
Yeah,
Unless he wants to use
probably the
his
smart
40%.
idea anyway.
Yeah, I definitely punt it. Trust your defense a little bit. You're in the playoffs for a reason. MT not even going to attempt to return this one and narrowly escape starting inside his own 5. I think that was pretty good first drive for Kentucky, though. He basically had a first down in his hands, just dropped it. So not a terrible start. I think it's back-to-back incompletions. He had a man open on second down as well, just a late throw, and allowed the DBs time to catch up. Corum's going to get it on the halfback stretch to the boundary there, going out of 11 personnel. We saw this a lot in the AAC championship game against North Carolina. He was a lot of 2 tight end personnel, a lot of feeding Blake Corum. He started off very slow. I think halfway through the second quarter he was only averaging 3 yards per carry, and then kind of took off a little bit. We'll see how he goes and elects to get his offense going here, as he's going to be faced with a 3rd and 2 on his first possession of the game.
And you can see, Mason made a really good play there on that first handoff. Got a little aggressive on the tackle, and he was able to slip that. But you can see he's a pretty good user against the run, so it'll be a nice battle to see who wins that battle, the run game here.
Absolutely. He could have had a tackle for loss. I think he dove just a little bit too early, and we know Corum's got some speed to him. So we got trips now to the right side. Sack.
Oh, my
J.J.
God.
McCarthy hang on just a little bit too long, and the D tackle came basically untouched by the right guard and hit McCarthy as he was looking to his left. So now going to be 4th and 10. We're going back-to-back punts to start the game.
Yeah, just slipped right past that block and got pressure right away. He's lucky to hang on to the football there, to be honest, get this punt off.
It was, yeah, and Kentucky's going to elect to fair catch that one, and he will start at, I think, is about his own 35, maybe 40-yard line.
All right, Gage, we got the first drive jitters out of the way. Let's see if these guys can settle down, put some points up.
If you look at the games from last season, 12, I believe it was 12 or 11 playoff games, 10 out of the 11 or 11 out of the 12 finished with under 70 points total. Only one game went under 70, and 10 out of the 11 were also single-digit one-score games as well. So I'm interested to see what this one will pan out as. Gerald, if you're here, can you get me the official line on this game as well? Shout out to FanDuel and DraftKings for that. Good read by MT there, but Will Levis just a little too shifty. He's going to pick up, I think, 15 yards in the first down.
And to your point there on the close games from last season, not only have we expanded the playoffs this season to 12, but we also extended the minutes per game. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that that'll affect the scores and the matchups at all?
It could. I think it's going to be more strategic coaching. I think that was kind of our goal with our expansion of it was, you've got an extra 4 minutes in the game, and you're already going to have to, try your butt off for the entire game. It's not going to be a blowout or anything. You're not going to be able to get comfortable. So I think it's going to allow some extra coaching adjustments, and we may see some games won or lost just due to coaching.
Nice move there by Levis to get the first down.
Yeah, beautiful 13-yard run there. It was, I believe, a 4 verts, well covered by the Michigan defense, and unfortunately they just forgot about Will Levis and his ground attack. Coming in from the official sportsbooks, though, FanDuel has Michigan at -12. DraftKings have Michigan at -6.5.
Nice play. Climb the ladder, get up there, slap that ball down, big fella.
Yeah, probably a smart play as well. Just stuck with his man. Will Levis looked like he may have took off, but stuck with his man. Trusted that his D-line would be there to make a play for him if Levis took off, and able to force the incompletion on first down. So 2nd and 10 now. Ball's up over the middle. What a catch.
Are you
by Harris.
kidding me?
A beautiful, tough catch in traffic by DeMarcus Harris, and the D coordinator's not going to be happy about that one.
Well, what makes it even harder to swallow is you saw the pressure there. He almost got the sack. He got the ball off just in the nick of time, and I don't know how that guy caught that ball. He was right in the hands of the defender.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a beautiful catch. I thought it was probably going to be intercepted, and we've seen sometimes in this league where you swap to your user, or you swap the user to the nearest defender. As Donovan Edwards has a crease down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 45. But as I was saying, you swap your user to the nearest defender, and it ends up hurting you more so than helping you. And I think that may have been the case there just a little bit.
Yeah, we do. We see it often. Oh my goodness, what a move.
Blake
Corum's
Corum.
gone.
Blake Corum with a beautiful spin move, broken tackles. He's taking it 55 yards to the house. Mama, there goes that man. And Blake Corum tied the game up with 2:50 to play in the first quarter.
Even throws up the do sign as he crosses the goal line.
Could have been his Heisman pose. That is an award we're giving out this season.
Great answer. Had to have that too. Tied up 7-7, gets the energy right back in this building.
Absolutely. A 50-yard kickoff return and a 56-yard touchdown. So 2 huge plays there for MT after a pretty good defensive outing. Unfortunately, it just didn't end in his favor. Levis back to pass. He's got a man on a slot seam. Hard hit, though, by the corner playing deep third there. And ball's going to fall incomplete. Going to be 2nd and 10 now for Kentucky.
Well, what a night, man. We got a couple of playoff games. We got a tournament coming up. Christmas around the corner.
Absolutely. Trying to get some of these games done before Christmas. Good ball there by Levis. Tavian Robinson, a little toe tap on the sideline. Going to pick up 15 yards and now back to
That's amazing timing.
It was, absolutely. And that's probably a little bit of Robertson and Levis being there for the last couple of years together. Now Rodriguez up the middle picking up 4 yards. Going to be 2nd and 6 coming up for Kentucky. And a little tidbit.
This is where that oh, go ahead, sorry.
A little tidbit here for you. Kentucky is only converting on 42% of their third downs. That's 22nd in the country. And 44% on 4th down as well. So this game could be win or loss for Kentucky at least if they're able to capitalize on the third down, which is something they've struggled with all season.
Yeah, that's an interesting stat, especially since, I don't think we've seen many third downs of this game yet for Kentucky. He's getting his first downs early on. Oh! Should have been picked.
Yeah, risky throw there. Tried to beat cover 2 with a hole shot. Unfortunately, the safety showed a little too much speed. And, we've talked about putting out a couple videos kind of breaking down defensive coverages. I think he probably should have looked to the seam at the middle of the field there. It was a perfect route to beat that cover 2 look.
Yes, sir. Yeah, reading that cover 2 early is the key there, and that'll show you which holes to hit. And we'll talk about that probably next week, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3rd and 4 now coming up. And like I said, Kentucky struggled on third down all season. Looks like he could have that slot guy open, but MT read it and stuck it. And now just a little stick route. Shout out to the Air Raid King
just
himself.
The timing of it.
Absolutely. And he's going to go 4th and 3. And the stick, I wouldn't be surprised to see the stick concept there again. It was there. It's pretty much going to be there against this look. It's hard to defend. No matter what you choose defensively, you're wrong. That's how this concept is set up. So we'll see how Mason attacks Michigan on 4th down.
Oh, man. Interesting. I would have thought that Michigan would have come out in like a little tighter defense there, but you could see they just kind of bounced right off into a zone there and left a lot of space.
Kentucky's known for their deep balls, so and as right on.
There he goes.
Oh,
what a catch!
A user pick.
Oh no!
Brought down in the end zone, so it will be a touchback, and he had him beat. It's just a ball
Yeah,
a little
he did.
bit underthrown, and he had limited real estate to put that in a bucket.
And I think that's what that corner wanted that quarterback to think is, I got him beat, but I don't think he did. I think he had him baited, and that was a great play. Made a great play on the ball there, over the shoulder catch.
Yeah,
right back to work for Michigan.
Absolutely. Looks like we have another guy join the FCS today, Twist. So we're up to 3 new users today. If you're watching this and you're not already involved in the league and want to join, there should be a link in the description, or just if somebody can put one in the chat for you guys to join. You can be a fan, you can be a player, just a spectator, or we could, use a little insider help with our man Wilson. So if you're interested in being a participant in the league, just let somebody know in the chat and we'll get you taken care of. But third down coming up for Michigan.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things in this league, man. I mean, even if you're a newcomer and you have to start in that FCS, there's a lot of cool things about that. I mean, we've got playoffs coming right up with FCS schools, and you earn your way into the main league here, and it's very rewarding. It's a very engaging league. Or hey, maybe if you're just into broadcasting and you think you can do a better job than me, take me out of this booth. Come on in, man. Talk to Gage about it.
Absolutely, a beautiful play there on third down by MT, hitting the slant route to go for 26 yards, and I think Kentucky brought a little bit of pressure there, probably too much. I saw a couple guys open, picking up a huge 26 yards gain, and then a huge stop for the Kentucky defense on first down to force 2nd and 11. And we could be seeing the end of the first quarter coming up here. Thoughts on the first quarter so far?
Touched on it a little bit about balance. Right now, I think that Michigan and Kentucky are both showing pretty good balance with run and pass. It'll be interesting to see which one gets a little bit aggressive, and I think Kentucky kind of went that way there on that last interception. They got a little bit greedy. So I think that whoever can kind of keep their head and maintain their game plan of keeping that run to pass ratio pretty balanced is going to come out the winner tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And if you're Mason, you've already thrown one interception, but you've also already gotten one stop. Another stop here is just as good as a turnover.
That's right.
Going to hand the ball off to Blake Corum on another stretch play. He's got the left edge. He's going to pick up 17. And I think MT is probably getting with his bread and butter with this 2 tight end look and working the edges, working to the sideline, trying to wear this Kentucky defense down a little bit so that he can open up maybe the play action pass game later on.
And I already know he's looking at that off man, and he's going to start hitting that too if he wants to. He's got the run game going right now, so if I'm MT, I'm not leaving that. But you can see that off man coverage, or maybe it's a soft cover 3 or something, is there. And you know how MT likes to attack that with the hitch routes. So keep an eye on that too.
Absolutely. You just got to worry about one guy cutting the passing lane underneath. If nobody's there, it's pretty much open, kind of like the right side right now. But 1st and 10, we're going to hand the ball off to Blake Corum again up the middle, breaking 1 tackle, picking up enough for a first down. Now it's going to be 1st and goal for the Wolverines.
What's that old saying, Blake? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's what he's working on right now. Is just keep giving number 2 the football.
Absolutely. And a
good nice user play right there.
Yeah, absolutely. A good read there by Mason. I keep getting these names mixed up. We got MT, we got Mason, we got Michigan. Good play there by the Kentucky defense. Now going to be 2nd goal. And I think he lost yardage on that one. Maybe not a lot, but just enough. It looks like he did force him back just a hair. McCarthy back to pass, rolling out. We got a little stick and nod action, and he's going to not avoid taking a sack and just throw the ball away here. That's only MT's 3rd pass attempt, but you got to remember he did have a 1-play drop touchdown earlier in the game.
Right.
They tied this game up, and now he's got a chance to come away with points and take the lead here in the 2nd quarter.
And you you did see there, he did try and run the curl concept. It's just in this smash down red zone, it is very difficult to get those open spaces right there. So good job throwing the ball away.
Yeah, and the stick and nod concept is really well to jump or to beat a guy that's a huge sack there for Kentucky. That's back-to-back 3rd down sacks. Or not back-to-back 3rd down sacks, but 2 huge 3rd down sacks for Kentucky so far in this game. Going to make MT settle for a field goal that squeaks in the right upright.
We both kind of puckered up on that one. That was a little close.
Absolutely. But as I was saying, the stick and nod concept is good for somebody that uses that middle linebacker and is kind of quick to take that first read away.
Right.
So if he jumps the stick, that nod is going to be open more times than not. So I like the call. And then even better play by McCarthy to just throw the ball away.
And that might be something that you're interested in breaking down as well, is that concept. Excuse me. That concept of that stick and nod, or even a double slant concept, or replacing that first read with something following behind. It's a really effective concept that's used in real football and in this game a lot.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. This game is very transitive of actual football. A lot of real concepts will work here. Kind of like I mentioned earlier with stick out of trips, it works against spacing. And like I said, whatever you choose, most of the time you're wrong if a guy knows how to run it correctly. So 1st and 10, Will Levis going to keep it on the read option. He's going to stumble his way for 11 yards and another first down for Kentucky.
And how about that? Not only do we bring you guys football live action, but we also teach you a little bit about this game too.
Hey, it'll make you a better player and a better viewer. You'll understand kind of what you're watching just a little bit more.
Huge sack.
Another huge sack there. This game's been coming down to defensive stops, essentially. We've got 17 points on the board, but both defenses are playing really, really well.
It's funny. I keep looking down at the clock, and since adding the minute to our league's quarter length, it does seem like the games are not too long at all, but just longer. You kind of feel like, oh, there's still plenty of time left, or it's a little more realistic feeling. I kind of dig it.
It does, yeah. It does feel a lot more realistic. You're like you said, you're looking down, and it's like, oh, well, there's plenty of time left. He's not pressed for time or anything like that. I love the feeling of it so far.
Because sometimes, when we're playing those 5-minute quarter games, you do feel like, you're limited with your possessions. You really do have to make the most of your possessions, and this kind of gives you a little more freedom, both offensively and defensively, to kind of just let things loose a little bit.
Absolutely. And Will Levis accidentally ran past the line of scrimmage and had to take off, and he can't go for this. He can't go for this. Going to have to burn a timeout. Actually,
yeah,
MT did.
That's a mistake. Oh, actually, that was a
he can't go
courtesy timeout, huh? Yeah, he thinks he can, but he cannot.
Need to correct that really quick. All right, got that squared away. I don't know that he would have picked up the first down there on 3rd down, but I will say that him accidentally crossing the line of scrimmage kind of threw him off just a little bit.
Yeah,
and
for
he was
sure.
Still able to pick up, I think, 14 yards on it.
Yeah, I think he really wanted to pull that thing down and launch it. I think he had a guy break open and wasn't expecting to be running the football there, it looked like.
But a huge stop for the Michigan defense, a huge sack there to force. I think it was 3rd and 22. So now can MT gets the ball back to start the second half as well. And something to note, we were talking about the time just a minute ago. In the 3rd quarter, you are able to finally start chewing clock. So if MT can get a lead and he can keep this run game going, he can chew clock down a little bit and truly limit Kentucky's possessions in the second half.
I mean, I know we just said it, but I just keep on thinking about this. For us to expand the minutes of the quarters and this to be coming down to halftime, and it's a 10-7 ball game, that's incredible to me. Oh, and just like I talked about, that off man almost came back to bite MT real bad right there. That could have been disaster and would have put Michigan in upset alert if that had gone back to the house.
Absolutely, and to lose the first round of the playoffs at home is even just a little more bittersweet for that upset, for the team with the upset. But McCarthy says, I'm not going to let that happen today. He takes off up the middle, picks up, I think, 15 yards, and now going to be hurry up offense for Michigan. And even picking up 4 yards on first down is, still good enough. It gets you in that second and medium, able to even pick up another 4, get you in 3rd and short, and that's exactly where you want to be. You just want to make sure you stay ahead of the chains, especially in the game where these sacks have played such vital roles so far.
Missed him.
Just a touch too far towards the sideline. Would have been a tough catch, but I think he just not only threw it too far out of bounds, but just threw it too far out in front. I don't think the receiver even had a chance to truly get there. McCarthy back to pass. Doesn't like what he see. Under pressure, rolling out.
Oh, how did he?
And
How did he miss?
Kentucky makes up for it.
Brings up 4th down. Got to punt this one away.
Absolutely. A rough missed sack. Luckily, there was a second guy and even a third guy there that
Yep.
kind of worked out in Kentucky's favor. So that's 4 sacks that I'm able to count, 3 for Kentucky, 1 for Michigan. The one for Michigan came on a double cap blitz. Haven't seen that out of Kentucky, though. I think all their pressures have been just straight with the D-line, rushing 4. And I think he's got on contain as well. So able to get pressure while really only rushing 3 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and what's cool about that contain, what that does for you is they are rushing, they are going to apply pressure, but they wait until you scramble. So if you scramble, they will come after you like really fast. So that's what's good about that contain. That's what worked for him there on that last play.
Yeah, got to have a little bit of pocket discipline. The ball's up over the middle. It's Tavian Robinson on a seam route, splits the hash marks, splits the safeties, picks up 62 yards. That could be game changing.
That's how Kentucky kills you. They just take shots.
Now going to be set up inside the red zone. 1st and 10, going to hand the ball to Rodriguez. He's going to pick up 6 yards there. And if you're Kentucky, are you worried about the clock here? Are you trust your defense?
I'm not worried at all. I'd let this thing bleed out as far as down as I can. You're in points right now. You already have the game tied with the field goal. So you're the one in control. Make him burn his timeouts.
Absolutely. Good read.
Great read by MT.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful read there by the strong safety. Coming to make a play on the read option.
And that's why right there. So now Michigan's out of timeouts. Now you're fully in control. You have to get this 1st down, obviously. But if you do, now you've got 4 plays or until the clock runs out to score a touchdown. Stick concept, like you talked about.
Stick concept is super hard to beat. And Chauncey Magwood going airborne and, a little helicopter there to find pay dirt. And Michigan's out of timeouts, but a minute 1 and clock stops on first downs. That's still plenty of time for Michigan to at least get a field goal. You get the ball to start the second half. So I wouldn't necessarily say you're aiming for 7 here. You just want to try to get some type of points.
Yeah, and if I'm on offense, even I'm not even afraid to go across the middle as long as you pick up a 1st down and go no huddle. You got the clock stopped, and this is an insane exchange of plays here as Michigan goes across midfield with a kick return, and we are set up for points almost immediately.
That's their second huge kickoff return of the game. Last time they had a big kickoff return, they were able to score on a 56-yard rush by Blake Corum. We'll see if they're able to keep that success going here.
Might be the story of the game right there, Gage.
Could be. Yeah, absolutely. McCarthy back to pass. There it is. You talked about it earlier.
If he doesn't juke, he's gone.
You talked about it earlier, watching that off man or soft zone, whatever it is.
Yep.
MT's going to take advantage of it, and he did just that, pick up 14 yards on the 1st down. And, yeah, like you said, he was one bad animation away from a house call.
Yeah. It looks like he's adjusting to that with bringing the corners up to the line of scrimmage, and MT is just going to take it with Corum up the middle. Clock's going to continue to run, though.
Yeah, 2nd inches now, just literal inches away from stopping the clock. Now Corum, incomplete pass. Not how you wanted to stop the clock, but you'll at least take the clock being stopped.
What do you do here, Gage? Do you run the football here, or do you pass the football? What's your call? Your gut feeling here?
Personally, well, up until I saw press right here, I'm probably going to run it. I'd probably run it. You've done really well, and that's a non-traditional way to run it, but he does just that.
Correct.
You've done really well on the ground so far. If you can't pick up inches at home in the playoffs, then you've got bigger problems.
Now, this is where I would go back on that replay and show you that is MT's version of a sweep play. Now, what he did there is he overloaded the right side with trips and his running back to the right side, and then he just took off with his quarterback on a naked boot. That was all by design, promise you.
Oh, yeah. If you see man coverage, those safeties are back. You got to exploit it. We saw Jalen Hurts actually on Sunday against I believe it was Giants, scored.
Man.
He saw safety blitz against cover 0, and he took off and ran 30 yards untouched for a house call. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
that last play was dangerous for 2 reasons. He didn't get out of bounds, and he could have fumbled it.
Absolutely. Now McCarthy throwing quick.
Oh.
Falls incomplete. Really risky throw. He's 2 for 8 passing twist.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like him either because, he's normally very comfortable when he lets the ball go. You know that MT knows what he's doing with it, and it seems like he's just a little flustered right now.
Yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, he's already in field goal range. He's 3 yards away from picking up a first down and stopping the clock here now. So that's where you've got to be careful. I think he almost has to pass the ball here. I don't think he can settle for a run because if he doesn't get the first down, it's over. Yeah,
you're right. And that was an interesting timeout as well there. I'm not sure what Kentucky was doing with that. Just kind of gave him a whole new set of play clock there, but here we go.
Play action, McCarthy rolling out. I don't like this.
Oh.
I don't know if that was intentional out of bounds, but it works out for Michigan.
It did. And he had his tight end over the middle right off the break, but I don't think that was the plan. I think that what he was trying to do was that successful quarterback naked boot he ran before. He was trying to recreate that, and I don't think that it worked out for him. But he got points, like we talked about. He gets the ball second half.
Yep. Yeah, he did. And, yeah, I don't imagine anything crazy happening here before the half, but we've seen some crazy things happen. Looks like we are confirmed to have a doubleheader at minimum.
Perfect.
And Rodriguez going to get the carry here, brought down, and that'll be 14-13. Kentucky leads. A potential upset alert at halftime.
This one's going out of bounds.
Yeah, to say the least.
That one ended up in the fourth row, right behind the player bench over there.
Yeah, not how Kentucky wanted to start. But, I mean, with the way MT is returning kicks, honestly may have avoided a kickoff return touchdown.
That was probably intentional, wasn't it?
Yeah, it could have been by design there.
Well, let's see if MT can take advantage of getting the ball first here.
I'd like to say you will. But not how you wanted to start the first down.
So hard. It's so hard to know, what a player like MT is going to come out and try and do. So, great job by Kentucky's defense to stop him for no gain there. Oh, boy.
I had a man open there and another incompletion for McCarthy. I think MT, correct me if I'm wrong here, Twist, but it looks like he just needs to stay in the pocket just a little bit longer and just let plays develop.
Yeah, because what's happening is, as we've talked about, Kentucky is sitting in that contain, so their ends are just sitting there. They aren't bringing any kind of rush if he's sitting in the pocket. It'd be a great thing for him to sit and just watch the two inside defenders if he's going to be watching anybody, because right now he's got a guy on him. Oh, lucky play.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
But, hey, sometimes a little luck's what you need. Cornelius Johnson, 17-yard reception on third down. Going to be first down for Michigan across the 52, I believe.
But, for the viewers that are actually watching and trying to learn, if you watch their two ends, all you got to do is stay in the pocket, and they do not come after you if he's in contain. So that's what the game plan would be if I were MT in the pass game.
First and 10 now. M-plus territory. Going to hand the ball off to Corum on a sweet play and a beautiful play there by the Kentucky linebacker, showing off his speed to get in the backfield and just sucked him up, honestly. Lost the 3 yards.
We've got a lot of strong users as far as defensive users in this league. It makes it really difficult to run the ball when you've got guys that know how to stop it. So it adds a whole lot of elements of how do I move the football now when they've taken this away from me. As Corum just explodes to the left side. Will he catch him? inside the 5.
Hey, a beautiful run there. You can't ask for much more than that if you're Michigan.
Just toss that guy off like a rag doll. Interesting animation there, but Michigan will take that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you set yourself up inside the 5-yard line and a chance to take the lead, and they'll do it. Blake Corum, his second touchdown run of the day. Michigan takes the lead, 19-14.
Looks like he's going to be keeping his offense on the field for this one.
I like it. Yeah, at least give him a chance to tie the game with a touchdown. And if he wants to go for 2 and kind of risk it a little bit, it gets a little dicey. So, Eric Aldo, 3 yards.
There you go.
And good enough for the 2-point conversion. I don't know if you heard me a second ago, Twist. We do have a triple header confirmed. So we got number 10 versus number 7 coming up after this. NC State versus Michigan State in East Lansing. And then after that, we head to Arizona for Clemson versus Oregon State.
Nice.
So tons of action here tonight. And then tomorrow, I think we have Kansas State versus Minnesota. So 4 games over the next, we'll say, 24 hours. Ball's up.
Oh, a huge pick
by Sane Ristel. He threw it into double coverage even. The corner route was, greatly covered by Michigan. Will Levis just kind of forced that one, through his second pick of the day.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there or who he was even trying to throw the ball to, but it was definitely not timed right because you never want to throw the ball where your 2 receivers are at. It's just going to draw a whole bunch of clutter. And that's what can happen right there. Defender had his eye on the ball, picked it out the sky. It's Michigan football.
Absolutely. And now, did he cut on chew clock, or did the play clock just be ran down a little bit?
Oof.
Doesn't matter. Another sack for Kentucky. And that same curl route that was open earlier was wide open there.
Yeah, exactly right.
I was just downfield for too long for McCarthy instead of working through his progressions. Now going to be facing 2nd and 18.
Looks like that screen was eaten up really well there. Oh.
Surprised we didn't get an illegal man downfield on that one.
That's a gripe I've had with that play for a long time. There shouldn't even be routes going downfield. If you've got linemen down the field, and obviously a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage, you can have linemen downfield. But once you throw the ball downfield, that's a penalty.
I'm okay with it if it's a slant pattern or something like that, but nobody needs to be running, digs and post and corners or something like that.
Deep 15-yard posts. Yeah, right.
Yep. Something quick game. Quick game is just essentially another screen that's, downfield, obviously, to me. But, yeah, I agree with the no deep routes or anything like that off of screens.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's something we could implement into a league setting by just saying if you run a halfback screen pass, you can't throw it past 5 yards or something like that. But that's a lot.
Yeah, we don't want to get too much to where people are always having to think before they play call. But
exactly,
I feel like most of the rules we have now are pretty good, and we've haven't had to add very many over the course of 5 seasons either. So we must be doing something right. But 2nd 8.
Well, I know. I've heard a lot of guys talking about the sliders that that we use feeling really good, and I would have to agree. I think this game feels as good as it's ever felt, and it plays really even. I mean, look at it; it's 21-14 in the third quarter with 6-minute quarters. You can't really ask for much more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the playoffs have kind of proven that what the way the league is set up is it's set up very even. That's what we want. We don't want a lot of blowouts. Now we have them in the regular season, but obviously the playoffs are the playoffs for a reason. As Eric he's going to find pay dirt. 12-yard touchdown reception on a beautiful, essential waggle concept.
What a ball. Like, that was put at just the right velocity to kind of just carry him into the end zone. It was really nice.
It was, yeah. Kentucky would have had to make a pretty much perfect play coming off of another route to disrupt it. Didn't do so, and now we have a 14-point game with 8 minutes to go in the game. Looks like we got up to 15 viewers now. We got Rippy in the chat. We got Howell saying Clemson was robbed. I have no comment. I believe the Clemson head coach put out a statement on Twitter regarding that.
I just feel sorry for Clemson's first opponent in season 6. That's all I got to say.
Hey, I've still got he still has a bowl game to play as Magwood over the middle.
That's true.
Over the middle, splitting the cover. I don't know if that was cover 2 or cover 4, but it was a beautiful throw there by Will Levis, trying to make up for the interception he threw on the last drive.
He's got to do something, and he's got to do it quick. So I can see why he's trying to get out there and get the ball downfield quick. But he almost got a little bit too risky on that last one. See if he goes after him again here, though.
He does. Even scoring points, he's still got to get another stop of some sort, whether it be a turnover or just a stop on downs or whatever. Still some work to do in the game. Will Levis going to roll out now.
Jeez, that was close.
That was
You can see MT is expecting those 4 verts, but he's calling cover 4 or at least a soft zone look, making Kentucky have to kind of work his way downfield instead of getting those quick shots over the top.
Yeah, going to be curious to how he elects to do it now in the red zone.
Surprised that wasn't an interception, obviously for obvious reasons, but usually when you're in that animation where he's kind of standing upright like that and catches the ball, it usually is a catch, which is why I was surprised. That's usually a pick.
Yeah, answering the chat really quick. We have awards we're giving out. How we just haven't exactly decided how that's going to go down, if we're just going to do it based on stats or committee vote or whatever. But we do have awards that will be given out for coaches and some players at the end of the season. So, but Rodriguez is going to keep it for 4-yard gain on 3rd down. And now I'd love to know what Kentucky is on 3rd down at this point in the game. Stick concept.
Risky little out route there. Oh my!
What a strip!
What happened?
What a strip by the corner there. And now Kentucky, instead of having a 1st down, I think inside his own 10, is now going to face 4th and 1.
Well, this is a huge play.
It is. Swapping to a 2x2 look, and we got. I would say that may be man. Just cover 0.
Yeah. Definitely not the guy I was going to throw to if I were playing quarterback.
I probably would.
But it
was
worked out
there, honestly. And it looks like MT may be challenging it. I don't know if I would challenge that. It looked like a catch to me.
Yeah. MT might be onto something here.
Maybe not, yeah. It looked better in real time than it did in the replay.
Yeah, you're right. It did stand. Yeah, it was close though. I'm with you. I thought it was a catch immediately, and then when it was replayed, it looked like it was a lot closer than it was.
Absolutely. MT raising hell on his camera there. I don't know if you can see it if you don't have the stream pulled up. He's not happy. He's giving the ref an earful. But now Levis says back to work.
Man, MT has done a really great job of playing that read option tonight. That's the second time he's made an open field tackle against Levis that could have gone for a lot of big plays.
Yeah, he gave up, I think, 2 10-plus yard carries off of the read option in the first quarter, at least the first half, and now he's kind of shut it down since then. Kentucky's had to go back really to the pass game to get anything working.
So here we are, 4th quarter of our first playoff game of the year, and down 2 scores. Kentucky ready to put it in. Let's see if they can do it. Great play.
And that looked to me like just a standard handoff. I don't think that was a read option. If it was a read, I think it was the wrong read. I believe Levis had a walk, room to run. And
he's going to have a nice path to the end zone. Look at that.
Yep. Didn't need to give it on 3rd down. A ballsy 4th down call pays off for Kentucky, and they make it a 1-score game with 5:43 to play.
Interesting. Got a flag on the play.
That is interesting. I don't think we've seen that all year.
Yeah. on that touchdown run, it looked like he was trying to go to the post, and he saw that defender played it really well to the inside, and he tucked it and ran. It was a good choice to run that one.
It was. Beautiful run there by Levis, a great read by Mason. And now what does MT like to do? Does he want to go for points? Does he want to go for kind of game control, clock control, and hang on to as much as he can? I'm expecting probably see a run here on first down. It will
Yeah.
be
And it's like we talked about, we haven't even gotten to the point yet at the clock where we normally would start our fourth quarter. So there's still so much game to be played, and it's just one of those bonuses of expanding to 6 minutes, because now we get probably 2 to 3 possessions each, maybe.
I think so.
Depending on how this goes.
Without turnovers, just standard drive time here, you probably get at least 2, maybe 3 extra possessions per team.
Nice play.
Beautiful read there by Mason. I mean, he's been in the backfield all night, just hasn't always been able to bring him down.
Well, and now knowing that, MT wants to run the clock out, he wants to continue this drive, Mason's just pinning his ears back, and he can smell blood right now. He wants to make those stops in the backfield. Let's see if MT makes a different play call.
And a huge sack out of Kentucky.
Wow. You could see he wanted to throw that curl. Mason jumped over to it, and he just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and again,
took the sack.
I don't know. He may have brought 5 guys there, max, and was still able to get pressure. So when you're matched up evenly and still able to get pressure, that's a really good sign for your defense. Now Tavian Robinson.
Oh, boy.
Return. Break-in tackles.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. There he goes.
Tavian Robinson, 72-yard punt return touchdown, and we have a tie game with 3:21 to play, Twist.
I can't believe how quickly we just went from a 2-score game to a tie game.
Yeah, this game truly flipped on its head in a matter of 2 minutes, really?
Yeah. Literally, we were just talking about how it was approaching 5 minutes, and here we are.
MT not even going to elect to return this one. I think he's really wanting to chew some clock here, Twist.
Yeah, I would expect him to come out and try and run the football again, and I would expect Mason to try and stop that run in the backfield once again. Oh, he goes play action right away.
Ooh. Hey, that paid off. He should have been brought down as soon as he faked the handoff. Able to escape, picks up 7 yards there.
That's one of those risks you take when you run a play action play, because in this game, for some reason, the AI blocking is just kind of wackadoo, and so those pressures can happen like that. And this is something that MT will do. Oh, what happened there?
I don't know if he had on chew clock.
Interesting.
But that clock got down really quick, and then MT tried the audible and just ran out of time.
Yeah, he did. He had it on conservative. I was going to say, though, is that one of the things that MT likes to do is when he gets you in the, either it's second or third and short, he'll come out in like a double tight look, and then he'll audible to 5 wide, which is obviously very tough for a defense to adjust to. So it's one of his strategies.
Yeah, now McCarthy going to keep it on a QB wrap, I believe it was. Picks up 13 yards and another first down for Michigan.
Now this is a absolutely massive drive for both teams. UK needs a stop, Michigan needs first downs, and it is game on the line, season on the line. It's approaching that time right now, buddy.
It is. It's win or go home now. We got trips to the boundary. 1st and 10, another read, or another run to Blake Corum.
This is dangerous. Yep, this is where Coach Mason and those Wildcats are going to have to start, burning those timeouts. Got to get, slow the game down and make it play by play and try to get that ball ripped out or pick it off, or something's got to happen here.
A fake screen coming in. McCarthy does the right thing, checks it down. And Cornelius Johnson picks up 6 yards. Going to be 2nd and 4. Kentucky does elect to use their second timeout. An incomplete pass would be huge for Kentucky.
Yeah, that's what he needs. And obviously I think Michigan's going to come out and run the football here, but I expect a read option.
Oh, no, we have a guest run. He's got a man
Oh.
streaking down the field.
He's got him. Ball game.
I don't know. He's got one timeout and 2 minutes to go. Kentucky's got a good vertical pass attack. I could see him tying the game. Now, here's the question. If you score a touchdown, are you going for 2?
Man, I honestly, if I'm Coach Mason in Kentucky, this is a 12-5 matchup. There is not a whole lot to lose here, man. You barely squeaked into the playoffs. If you come down here and score with no time left or close to it, you got to think he's going for the win.
I probably would. I would have a hard time talking myself into that field goal and playing for overtime. You haven't really stopped Michigan except for, I think, the first drive of the game. You did force a field goal before halftime, but you had the clock working with you. So, I don't know. It would be tough for me to not kick the field goal there.
Yeah, this is go time for Levis and the Wildcats. Oh, what a play.
Another beautiful user tackle there in the backfield.
MT is getting the crowd involved. Minute 45 and ticking. Here we go.
Levis back to pass. He's got the flood route open.
Oh, what a play.
Complete. That could turn crucial for Kentucky. The ball was there. It was thrown. I think it was thrown pretty well. The receiver had it. Just the hit.
It was definitely on time. I think it could have been placed a little bit to the outside, and I'm not sure if he placed it at all or if he just hit the button. Maybe it looked like it was a little behind, giving that defender just a touch time to get to it. But 3rd and long.
Pressure coming off the left side. And he throws it to Tavian Robinson again. He's been his go-to target all day. Now 4th and 7. This is for the game.
And do you use your timeout here, or do you just go no huddle and just do what he's doing here?
I think it comes down to how comfortable you are in your offense. I think if you like what you have on the field and you think you're going to probably stay with the same formation or same personnel, I'd probably just save the timeout and go for it. But if you want
Michigan's showing blitz here.
Yeah, if you want some extra time to think about it, oh my God.
Oh no, he had him.
Throwing that just way too far. Mason can't believe it. It was a good play call. He was wide open. I think he actually would have had the slant coming open late as well. So a beautiful play call there by Mason, and he was essentially one play away from tying this game up. And on the way in Ann Arbor, first round of the playoffs, a very, very respectable performance out of Kentucky. Just fell a little bit short here.
Yeah, I sure did. That was a great game plan he had coming in. Both teams, obviously neck and neck all the way through, and Michigan just pulled away there at the end and was able to get that stop. But he did. He had a guy wide open downfield. He also had another guy open to the side and just airmailed that. I don't know what that was, but it's too bad for Kentucky to see the season end like that. But he'll be around.
Absolutely. Definitely not going anywhere. He was down 14 at the beginning of the 4th quarter and able to flip it on its head, tie it up, gave up a touchdown where he guessed run, a gauge 8 type situation.
That's right.
And like I said, a very, very respectable loss, showed why he was deserving of the number 12 seed.
Michigan's going to go ahead and kneel this thing out. Oh.
Kentucky calling timeout just for good measure, I guess. And that'll do it. That'll be your game. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. If you need to take a bathroom break, leave it pulled up. Hit that follow button, whatever. We'll be right back in just a moment with Michigan State versus NC State in East Lansing. So thank you guys. We'll be right back in just a second.